Coming onto the field now for the 8th match of today. It's the Pool D match. Neighbours Thailand versus Malaysia. Thailand, of course, in yellow and Malaysia in red. Local derby. We should see some chips and vinegar here.
Again, Boo's looking down, having been on this circuit for many years now, looking down at this young Malaysian team that walked into the hotel last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, and they hadn't been out. They had been travelling through the day to get to this tournament, so it'd be tough for them today. Disrupted en route, but very different looking side.
What were you doing up at 1 a.m. stalking around the lobby?
No, Booz, I actually expected you to ask that, so I'm glad you did. I was waiting for one of our directors, Mr. Kevin Taylor, and indeed one of our players, Hong Kong that is, that had unfortunately got to the airport with the team and realised that his home return permit was out of date. So I was actually waiting there as official duty at 1 o'clock in the morning.
You'll remain nameless, I presume?
Yes, well, a Tigers player.
Okay, that narrows it down.
Narrows it down a little bit on this trip. And he's on his first tour, first senior tour anyway, so he's a youngster.
We've all done it.
We'll work that one out when perhaps the Hong Kong team jog out.
So you weren't down at the Qingtao Brewery on a late night tour?
No, we weren't. It was eve of obviously this commentating spot, so I had to be on my money with you on mic.
Thailand out to an early score, and the conversion's away. It's 5-0 after just 1 minute.
We're just going back to this young Malaysian team, very much a locally based team again. Often we see a number of naturalised Fijians playing for the Malaysian team, with a labouring workforce over there of Fijian players, but it appears that this squad is very much full of local Malaysian players that have come through their junior sevens rank, so it's fantastic for the game.
Yeah, that's good to see. And Kamkod gets the game underway again. Fielded by Bin Mohammed Zanuddin. Oh, that ball is squirted out there. Squirted off his abs. He was in full flight. The young man looking for a gap.
In Thailand as well, Booz, every year, fantastically skillful side and do well early in the tournament. That's all they lack, is that bit of power, bit of pace in terms of punching the ball up the middle and some strength, but they are one of the more skillful teams in the tournament, and just lack that little bit of power that we're taking to the next level.
Kamkwat with the quick one, he's broken the line. Just not going to hand. Chomjai there, just a little bit behind him. He was going under the post with that one, that's unfortunate. Now the big challenge here for Malaysia is going to be getting their own ball back. The Thais look very powerful on that last scrum. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be Bin Matzizi that feeds the ball. Comes, but under all sorts of pressure. Come around too soon. Relief here for Malaysia. Run it or belt it? They're going to run it. Good on them. Gets the arms free and away he goes. Zanuddin again. Swinging it wide. Nice little trap with the feet from Bim Ismail. Then he takes on 3 of the Thais. Sets it up nicely. Away it goes from Bin Ahmad. Bin Sudin. Bin Tamizi doing well there. He's getting a nice touch of the ball. Malaysians looking comfortable with the ball in hand. Not afraid to take the line on. We see it again, getting the arms free, Sonny Bill style. Bin Mohamed Tahir down the wing, and he's got the gas there. Kumquat just unable to pull him in, but yes, the Malaysians looking quite happy to swing it wide or take the ball into contact, and looking like they're enjoying that rugby there.
Yeah, fantastic play. Interestingly, you mentioned Sonny Bill as we were building up to that. What's your thoughts on him joining the 7 squad as we build towards the Olympics?
Sonny Bill in the 7s, well, I'm 50-50 myself. If he can make the cut, fair dues to him. You know, as we know, 7's a very different beast to 15s. He's a big man. Can he get himself fit enough? But you've got to think that as a defender in 7s, he's going to cause all sorts of trouble getting his arms free and ranging wide. Maybe chaser from the kicks as well. That kick's gone wide there, so it remains at 5-all Malaysia, Thailand. What do you think he'll make of as a 7s player?
I think obviously Titch will pop him in. It'd be interesting to see if he makes the exciting for us at the Hong Kong leg of the World Series. But Titch will probably playing as a prop. But I think that there's an instinctive flanker type role as a prop, and you've got to be hunting, so it'd be interesting to see how he adapts to that role as a prop. He'd be superb in attack. It'll just be his defensive work at the contact area, and of course his running lines with lots and lots of space in 7s rugby.
Nice little show and go from Bin Sadin, and it opens up for him. The Thais playing, got no sweeper back there, so once you're through, and he's down under the sticks for a 10-5 lead here to Malaysia.
Really encouraging for this young Malaysian side, particularly obviously looking towards the Olympic qualifiers. That you have to have naturalisation, you have to have your passport, so perhaps it's a strategy to bring the local kids through, and I'm recognising some guys from the under-20s tournament over the last few years, so it's fantastic. And you know, they've turned a bit of a rocky start into a 12-5 lead as we reach the half.
Big fan to the chest there, love those. Nothing feels better than a big palm in the chest when you're given it, especially. And there we go. Look, that's half time here at the stadium, Tiantai Stadium here in Qingdao. It's brightened up a little bit here, everybody. So 22 degrees, nice weather for rugby, a little bit humid. I do notice some of the crowd has disappeared after that China game from the far side. They must be getting some munchies or getting their noses into a lunchbox maybe. Might be back later for the other China games, and down in front of us as well I see all the clangers have gone. This being the last game of the men's rounds before we get back into the women's pools, with Kazakhstan will be taking on Thailand, followed by Japan, Uzbekistan at 12:48. Then Hong Kong taking on Sri Lanka at 1:10, and then China, Singapore rounding out that round robin at 1:32. Then there'll be a lunch break. Perhaps some world-class entertainment, fireworks, dragon dances, lion dancing. maybe a march past.
I think you're over-egging it there a little bit, Boozer. I think the only place we're going to see fireworks is perhaps down in downtown Qingdao this evening in Beer Street and Wine Street. Obviously, none of the players or management will be down there.
No, all the commentators.
Certainly a holiday weekend in China this weekend. The fireworks did keep us awake last evening.
That's right. Fireworks banging outside the windows all night. The locals celebrating public holiday. And here we go again for the second half of this Pool D match, and he's just bounced that in just inside the chalk there. Thailand will be wanting to get back into this match. They started out with an early score in the first minute. They haven't really had much of the ball since then. They've had to do a lot of defending. It's a cheeky line out throw to the front. Got away with it. Kun Pang taking the line on, but that's been held up and well defended by the Malaysians. Oh, it goes to ground, but this is a real standing up squabble here. And now the ref playing some advantage for coming around the side. Can Thailand make use of it? No, they can't, so we'll come back for the knock on.
Fine line in those advantage laws, isn't there, Boozer? Out wide then, obviously he was going to award a penalty for infringement of the previous contact area by Malaysia. Just let that go for 2 seconds and boom, mistake made by Thailand where he could have perhaps had a penalty 2 seconds before, but that's sevens rugby.
Bananas. Here come the Thais. This is just what they needed. It's Pikai Kamal, he goes in, he goes around, he's got the gas and he's under the sticks, which should bring it back to a 12-all deadlock here. Very well flipped up off the ground there from Kwamkwat. And the big man has the wheels. Seen a big man ranging wide like that and gassing round a smaller winger. The kick is good from Kumquat. And we're back to even Stevens here with about 4 minutes to remain in this Pool D match. And the third team that makes up Pool D, South Korea, obviously the favourites for that group. They'll be watching this with interest. Lovely restart. It's taken by the Malaysians. Was he taken in the air? Ref saying that looked marginal. Must have had his little tippy toe just off the ground. Tamizi down that left flank.
He's missed the knock on there by Thailand as the ball was popped up. An advantage in head to Thailand, and critical possession with just 3 minutes in a 12-all game.
Well, lunch has arrived, Di, and 2 bananas.
2 bananas, and just about to reveal what's under the
take the lid off.
The plastic cover.
Ooh, that looks quite good. If you're not going to eat those